This comes to us from Reba Gaming with some breaking Halo news that is pretty wild, pretty insane. And honestly, Halo Studios is not in a great place right now. And this is not clickbait. This is not like, oh my God, look at how good. No, like this is like serious trouble for the studio. Halo's veteran art director of 17 years suddenly left Halo Studios and posted a very concerning message, which hints at major issues. This comes less than a month after former Chief of Staff Melissa Boone left. Now, for those of you that don't recall who Melissa Boone was, that was the rainbow hair lady that I covered in depth on this channel multiple times. This is a picture of her there. I did not know she left, but she left recently. And would you believe it if I told you that she failed upwards and now she's working at Riot Games? I know you're all shocked. We'll get to that in a second, but I can confirm directly Halo Studios has leadership issues. I explain in my new video report. This doesn't mean the studio hasn't made major improvements to things like development structure and studio collaboration, which I still believe is true. This also doesn't mean new games are doomed. But yes, I can now confirm there are leadership issues. I'm not sure how much Microsoft has to do with this yet. Information is being kept off the record at the moment to ensure privacy. Once I'm able to report specific details, I will share an update. Now, we will check his video, but before we do, I saw this post from Haley, and she said, Halo's veteran art director of 17 years suddenly walked away from Halo Studios and posted a concerning message hinting at serious leadership issues. I can personally confirm there are leadership issues. Someone on the inside told me Pierre Hinsey is running the studio like a quote unquote old boys club. Everything I've been saying, every leak, every warning keeps getting proven right. I even said Halo Studios fired Joe Staten and Paul Bertrand, two of Halo's original creators. And yet I've been called a liar, mocked, harassed, slandered just for telling the truth. Now the same people who mock me are scrambling to report it. Hilarious. If you still believe Halo Studios is, by the way, she's not talking about me. I never did that with her. If you still believe Halo Studios is any different from 343 Industries, you're a clown. And here's the post from the gentleman that stepped away. And this post is damning, to put it nicely. Glenn Israel said, as of today, after 17 long years, I am officially no longer contributing to the Halo universe. There is little more I can say for the moment, though I intend to share this particular story in its entirety when it is absolutely safe to do so next year. In the meantime, I have a message for anyone and everyone who needs to hear it. I know that the state of our industry seems dire, but never forget that you are free to choose. No illusion of security, nor promise of wealth or fame or power is worth trading away your health, your dignity, your ethics, or values. And no one can force you to. Stay strong, take evidence when necessary, and find where you belong. As always, I'll be here if you need to talk, which is not a great look if you're Halo Studios and someone leaves and says that about your organization. But let's check the video from Reba Gaming. I have not watched this yet. Like I said, this is breaking. So let's see what he has to say here. This is Halo Studios leadership issues exclusive report. Reba Gaming. It's a smaller channel, by the way, 5,000 subs. And this has 3,800 views from 4 hours ago. Let's see what he has to say.
What's up, everyone? This is Rebs, and go Birds! 343 Industries' rebrand into Halo Studios seemed like it was filled with nothing but improvements. The studio has a new unified development team structure, a new studio playtesting lab to promote studio-wide collaboration, and is developing multiple projects at once. While these things are true, I'm now uncertain about other things, mainly leadership at Halo Studios and Microsoft.
So that's Pierre right there. This is the gentleman that's being referred to as the guy that's running it like an old boys club. And that there's a lot of internal strife allegedly coming from this. This is on top of many of the girl bosses there as well. Let's not forget the studio in general. We'll just say when I saw this video that they dropped like a year ago when they changed 343 over to Halo Studios and they showcase the people working there when they're talking about the game, I'm like, outside of a handful of the developers, none of the people here even know what Halo is or care about it. They just want to push ideologies. These are the wrong people in the studio. How did this happen? How did we get here?
Due to a concerning event that occurred a few days ago. Halo's veteran art director of 17 years, Glenn Israel, has left Halo Studios. Glenn started as a senior concept artist at Bungie in 2008.
That's actually almost 18 years. 15 years, 7 months, and then 2 years, 1 month. That's almost 18 years. That's crazy.
And joined 343 Industries in 2010. Leaving weeks before new Halo projects are revealed at the Halo World Championship on October 24th after
timing is sus too. Like this is supposed to be like a big moment for Halo and he's leaving right before that. That speaks pretty loud.
Working on Halo for 17 years, including at least one of the new projects, is concerning. But what makes this very concerning is the message he posted on LinkedIn about his departure from Halo Studios. Here's what he said. As of today, and after 17 long years, I am officially no longer contributing to the Halo universe.
Now, I know we already read this, but I want to go through it again here with them because I feel like if you read between the lines with what Glenn says here, it sounds like there's a lot of anger, frustration, and just disagreements with the direction that the studio has been going. And that speaks volumes for someone who's been there for as long as they have. You know, they've been there since the original Halos were the good ones were being made. So if they're leaving now, that should tell you that the OG Halo people are like, yeah, this ain't what Halo is, what they're doing right now. Yikes.
There's little more I can say for the moment, though I intend to share this particular story in its entirety when it is absolutely safe to do so next year.
I do wonder about that story and why he needs to wait. I wonder if there's like contracts or he's just concerned about legal issues and stuff like that. Maybe if there's like a time frame to wait before he says something, or maybe it's because they're going to be announcing something that he strongly disagrees with and he can't talk about it now because it has not been announced yet. So once it gets announced next year, then the story is going to come out where he's like, yeah, this is why I couldn't talk about that story. Here's why I left. This is what they're planning on doing with Halo. And if that's the case, holy shit, that's scary.
In the meantime, I have a message for anyone and everyone who needs to hear it. I know that the state of our industry seems dire, but never forget that you are free to choose.
So this is him basically confirming that the state of the issue is dire. The direction that they're going with Halo is not one he agrees with, and he's free to leave. And he chose to leave because of the direction they're taking it.
No illusion of security, nor promise of wealth or fame or power is worth trading away your health, your dignity, your ethics, or values.
This is a really good point I want to bring up here. Clarkin says, maybe he was being forced to work on something he hates or woke something he hates, or they steer the project in a direction he didn't like. Maybe it could be as simple as he saw the writing on the wall of them making it a very woke series or injecting ideologies into the game, pronouns or AB body types or whatever nonsense that modern gaming is trying to do. And this guy's like, you know what? No, I've been here long enough. I'm taking my ball. I'm going home. I'm not playing here anymore. This isn't the game I signed up for.
And no one can force you to. Stay strong, take evidence when necessary, and find where you belong. Two major red flags in this message indicate something is wrong at Halo Studios and or Microsoft. Specifically, Glenn wants to wait until next year to share the story because it's not safe to do so now. And he indirectly revealed that his health, dignity, ethics, and values were compromised at Halo Studios. This information by itself suggests there are leadership issues, and while I can't reveal any...
Yeah, you don't even have to work that hard to read between the lines on what he said here. It's pretty fucking damning just out in the open what he said. I can directly confirm Halo Studios has leadership issues. I can't share information at this time, but I will reveal information once sources allow me to do so. Now we have multiple people. Haley was saying it as well. Now this guy as well saying that they are claiming to have insider info that there are serious leadership issues at Halo Studios. Yikes.
Specific information at this.
Which, oh, by the way, I can't help but pair this with the information we had the other day with that leak of Microsoft. If the leak is to be believed from a legitimate, was it Sneaker SO or whatever, who said that Microsoft is going to do another massive layoff in Q1 of 2026, which would line up with the time frame that this gentleman is saying that he doesn't want to talk until after that. Makes me wonder if he got tipped off that there's shit being canceled when it comes to Halo, and it's going to look very different than what the expectations were going into it. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if they can cancel Perfect Dark, anything's on the chopping board. Anything.
Time, I can now confirm there are studio leadership issues. Once I speak to sources who allow me to share specific information about this topic, I will do so. As a side note, Glenn is one of 9 people listed in the art team section of Halo Infinite's credits, and out of those 9 people, only one person, art director Donnie Taylor, is still at Halo Studios.
Wow. Halo is cooked. What that is awful retention. That can't happen. That can't happen at a studio. Holy shit. Do you know how bad this looks on management? Oh my God, just that alone. Wow.
This story does not end there.
There's Melissa over at Riot Games now. Yep. She was chief of staff, Halo Studios. But I recall when I did the video on her, she was the one that was the rainbow background on her banner and everything, and had rainbow flags in her profile, and she was the one that was in charge. This is chief of staff, the person in charge of hiring at Halo Studios. And as I said back then when I covered her, what type of person do you think you're going to bring into your studio if you got a rainbow pronoun waving flag fairy from the sparkle of dust of the mountains of Halo Studios at the top? What kind of people are going to go work there? I think we all know. You might have some base developers applying, and they might actually really want to work there, irregardless of Melissa Boone, and they just want to work there because they really love Halo. And then she would have been the one saying, you're not welcoming enough for this environment, so we're going to have to say no to you. I wouldn't put it past them. Just saying.
Halo occurred less than a month after former Chief of Staff Melissa Boone left Halo Studios. The Chief of Staff quietly leaving a month before new Halo projects are revealed is very concerning. Also, after speaking to a former Halo Studios developer who Microsoft laid off in July, gaming news site Engadget reported that the mood at Halo Studios is tense, especially when it comes to one project that was recently in crisis. The developer said, "I don't think anybody is really happy about the quality of the product right now."
What an absolute shit show. Like, imagine being a leader at the studio, and this is the environment that you are tasked to turn around. Clearly, it's only gone downhill since you've been there. So you are the problem. You're not going to be able to turn it around because this is what happened under your watch.
There's been a lot of tension and pep talks trying to rally folks to ship.
Wow.
Based on what I know and all of these things happening within the past 3 months, I fear that something bad is brewing at Halo Studios.
Yep.
Employees with high-ranking positions are leaving Halo Studios less than a year after they rebranded. And
guys, Halo's done. Like, I'm calling it right now. Halo is done. This is going to be the biggest news of next year when they announce that they're canceling the project. Oh man, if that happens, imagine the hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, all these wokies working at the company, DEI in action, and it produced literally nothing. because they couldn't get it off the ground. They Wonder Woman that shit.
Shortly before they are about to reveal the first projects of Halo's new era. I will do my best to uncover and share the leadership issues at Halo Studios and pray these issues are resolved for the sake of all Halo fans. So stay tuned. Make sure to leave a comment about your thoughts on this information, and thank you so much for watching.
What a mess. What a mess. But shout out to Rebs Gaming. I'm gonna give him a sub. That was legit. Good insider info from Rebs there. And this is a massive story. Massive story. I think all eyes are going to be on Halo Studios going into quarter one of 2026 for Microsoft to see what comes of this, because this was basically the tip of the iceberg, the canary in the coal mine, the foreshadowing for what's about to transpire. Now we have this information. We know that there's going to be a massive shift coming next year. I can't wait to see what that is. But for now, we're going to have to leave that one right there. Yeah, just play Halo 3, right? That's the problem too. Halo almost ran into an issue that Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft ran into, where their older games are better than their newer games. So people would just go back and play the older ones. It's like, you need to make your future iterations of the game better than the older ones, or else people are just going to play the older ones. You guys, give this guy a like, give him a view, give him a sub. But shout out to Rebs Gaming. That was good shit, man. That was really good.